In the heart of the Middle East, two nations stand across a bitter line, Iran and Israel. For decades, they have exchanged more than words, accusations, threats, bullets, drones, and shadows of looming war. But who wins when the skies turn black and mothers dig through rubble searching for the hands that once held their hearts? Who is victorious when the price is paid in cries of innocent children and in the silence of emptied homes? The story of Iran and Israel is not just a political or religious one. It is a story of pain, of pride, of power, and now a chance for peace. To understand the present tension, we must revisit a past where promises were broken and trust was never allowed to bloom. In 1979, with the revolution in Iran, a wall was built not of concrete but of suspicion, ideology, and fear. Israel, already surrounded by hostility, saw a new threat emerge from Tehran. Iran, seeking a new identity, framed Israel as a symbol of ostentation and injustice toward Palestinians. Two visions of the world collided, two histories completed for legitimacy, and slowly hatred fermented on both sides. But does every revolution need an enemy? Must every ideology demand blood for it to stand? Or is there another path? Let us pause and look beyond the garment of past that flags, the speeches and the missiles. Let us look into the streets of Tel Aviv, where a child draws picture of rockets and bomb shelters instead of butterflies and stars. Let us walk through Tehran, where mother prays every night that their son is not recruited into a war he does not believe in. Let us listen to a young woman in Haifa who dreams of becoming a musician but fears traveling abroad because of a passport tied to a war. Let us kneel next to an old man in Isfahan who lost his brother in a border conflict he never understood. War does not just kill, it strips, displaces, traumatizes, and steals the impressed joys of life. Peace is not a luxury, it is the foundation of human dignity. Iran and Israel are not natural enemies, they share no physical border. Their people have never invaded one another in ancient history. Before politics poisoned the well, there were a moment of cooperations. It is our leaders, our ideologies, our thirst for control that draws the sword instead of extending the hand. A child born in Gaza or in Jerusalem does not hate, they learn or to hate. They are taught who the enemy is by the news, by the sermons, by the pain handed down like inheritance. But they can learn peace too. They can learn empathy. They can learn that across the supposed lines of division are people who also weep, also hope, also bleed when cut. The question is not whether war can continue. It can. It always can. We have the means. We have the drones, the mookies, the cyber attacks. The real question is whether we have the courage to stop. Can Israel see past its justified fears and seek safety through understanding instead of demonetization? Can Iran set aside its grievance and recognize that vengeance does not heal wounds? The world is tired, the people are exhausted, and in his fatigue lies an opportunity, a pause, a breath, a choice. Imagine a day when Iranian engineers and Israeli doctors work together to develop life saving technologies for the world. Imagine children in both countries learning about each other's cultures, languages, and poetry, not through military briefings but through shared art and stories. Imagine a future where instead of missiles, they exchange students, where instead of fearing each other's existence, they fight side by side against climate change, poverty, and injustice. This is not fantasy. It is a possibility if we want it enough. Sometimes it takes only one story to bridge a chasm. One Iranian who forgives, one Israeli who reaches out, one mother who refused to raise her children in hate, one soldier who lays down his weapon and picks up a pen. The bridge does not have to be built in capitals. It begins in hearts. Let the poets of Shiraz write letters to the artists of Jerusalem. Let the musicians of Tel Aviv collaborate with composers in Tehran. Let the scientists, the athletes, the students, and the teachers become the hands that rebuild what war tries to destroy. To the leaders of both nations, history will judge you not by how many wars you avoided losing, but by how many lives you had the courage to save. The nation has ever been made great by destroying another. True greatness lies in how well you uplift your own people without crushing others. You sit on seats built by the sacrifice of past generations. Do not let their blood be in vain. Lead us in not into war, but into a new era of respect, diplomacy, and healing. Let us pray not to anyone good, not to any one flag, but to our shared humanity. Let us pray that the missiles sleep forever and that the drones forget the coordinates of death. Let us pray for brave hearts in cowardly times, for peaceful hands in angry lands. Let us pray that when the dust settles, it falls on open arms, not graves. Let us pray that Iran and Israel find a new song to sing together, one of peace, forgiveness, and shared destiny. Because peace is not the absence of war, it is the presence of understanding, it is the courage to love when hate is easier. It is the voice that whispers, "We are not enemies, we are each other's hope."